Hey everybody, I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, and welcome to Mustang Prince Orro Reports. Well folks, now that we got Disenchanted out of the way, I think it's time for me to blog another set of episodes from Sofia the First, and just in time for her 10th anniversary. Now, so far, it seems that I've only got about 5 episodes from Season 2 left to look at, one of which I'm saving for the holiday season. Thank goodness. Anyway, for today's episode, why don't we head over to Royal Prep to take a magical art lesson. Airing on television on October 24th, 2014, this is The Princess Stays in the Picture. And now, on for the plot of the episode. In this, Princess Sofia is paired with Princess Hildegard for an enchanted painting assignment where they can actually put themselves in their paintings. During the lesson, the two girls become trapped inside a painting in the school's hallway, but finding an escape plan gets even more complicated due to Hildegard insisting that she knows everything. So, what are my thoughts? Well, in my actual opinion, this episode was actually pretty good. And to further explain what I mean, let's move on to Mustang notes. Now, there's not a lot of trivia to talk about here, but all I can say is that the episode's title is a reference to The Kid Stays in the Picture, the 1994 autobiography of film producer Robert Evans, which was later adapted into a movie. Also, the moral of this episode is never act like you have an answer when you, in reality, don't. Also, as a side note, this is the first episode written by Krista Tucker, who afterwards wrote Substitute Cedric, Carol the Arrow, and 3 other episodes on Sofia's show. Also, in my opinion, since this episode mostly involves enchanted paintings, I think the animation is absolutely impressive. And I really love the many different portraits that Sofia and Hildegard go through, like an old country house, a mountain terrain, a tea room in the Palace of Galdiz, a sepia-toned flying derby race, a sailboat docked at the pier, a Chinese village, and a grassland, which is inhabited by the episode's antagonistic obstacle, a giant blue bull, the one animal who serves as every horse's enemies. Unless, of course, he's Ferdinand or an ox named Babe. And believe you me, just when I thought El Rosso from The Last Unicorn was bad enough, this bull is, in my opinion, very ferocious when it pursues Sofia and Hildegard. Also to note, when I first saw this episode online, it kind of made me think of Epic Mickey due to the students using magic paintbrushes, and I thought it was pretty cool that the students get to jump into their own paintings as well as travel into another one next door. Plus, I thought the parts involving Fauna adjusting her glasses were pretty funny. And now, let's talk about the episode's song, Know It All, sung by Hildegard and Sofia. In my opinion, this is a really sweet song, and I like that it gives Hildegard some character development when she tells Sofia about her first day of Royal Prep, and she didn't have any friends at the time. And there's the fact that her sister Astrid's friends laughed at her for not knowing how to twirl. And I also like that the song brings Sofia and Hildegard closer together after Sofia explains that one does not need to know it all to make friends. Another thing that I liked about this song is that it features flashbacks from previous episodes, like The Big Sleepover, The Shy Princess, The Princess Test, Bailiwick's Day Off, and Scrambled Pets. Plus, I think Jenna Leigh Rosen's singing voice for Hildegard is simply beautiful, just like when she sang for Cleo in the Sidekick Cleo episode. And now, let's move on to the characters and their voice actors. Princess Sofia is voiced by Ariel Winter, whom was young Kairi in the Kingdom Hearts game series, Marina in Jake and the Neverland Pirates, a couple of Thumper's sisters in Bambi 2, Marlene in the complete version of Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, young Trixie in Speed Racer, Penny Peterson in DreamWorks Mr. Peabody and Sherman, and Smurf Lily in Smurfs the Lost Village. To me, I think Sofia is a great princess in training, and during this episode, after getting trapped in the hallway paintings, Sofia is determined to learn the exit spell so that she and Hildegard can get out. And throughout their adventure, I like that Sofia shows her flying derby skills, and I found it pretty interesting that she's been sailing ever since she was 4 years old. Also, while Sofia is mostly gentle and friendly, I like that Sofia is not afraid to put her foot down when she gets fed up and impatient with Hildegard's boastfulness and arrogance. Plus, I also like when Sofia tells Hildegard about her first day of school during the Once Upon a Princess pilot, and I also thought it was sweet when Sofia tells her that in order to make friends, it takes humbleness and kindness. By the way, on a side note, I also found it pretty interesting that Sofia's mom told her stories about the bulls in Galdiz. Next we come to Princess Hildegard, voiced by Coco Grayson, whom I only remember from the 90210 series. Now, during this episode, I mostly found Hildy to be very annoying due to her belief that she knows everything. But after she confesses that she pretends to know everything in order to make friends, and when she tells Sofia about the day when she was embarrassed during her first day of school, I couldn't help but feel a little bit of sympathy for what she's gone through. Plus, the part where Hildegard uses her fan to face the bull was very, very brave. Next up are Sofia's siblings, Princess Amber and Prince James, voiced by Darcy Rose Byrnes and Tyler Myrna. To me, Amber and James have a very funny subplot in this episode. You see, Amber wants their painting to be the royal tea party in the Palace of Galdiz, but because James wanted to go on a safari, he paints wild warthogs as tea party guests. And they also managed to tame said warthogs with warthog food on the condition that they'll behave. Finally, we come to an old man, voiced by director Jamie Mitchell, who previously voiced director Dove in Finding Clover and the Leaf Song Festival. Now, I find this guy to be a kind and decent minor supporting character in this episode, due to him offering to give Sofia and Hildegard the exit spell if they can bring back a dog from a painting at the end of the hallway. Also, he instructs the girls to point their paintbrush at the edge in order to get into another painting. And now on to my final words. Overall, The Princess Stays in the Picture was a very impressive episode. The visuals are amazing, and the episode has a great sense of adventure. Hildegard, while irritating and annoying, does get some nice character development. Amber and James get a really funny subplot, and it has a good moral on being a good person in order to get others to befriend you, which officially makes this a good episode. So, my rating for this episode will be a 98% out of 100. Well, that's all for now. Be sure to join me next time where we attend an enchanted feast. Mustang Power.